Yes, here we are. We are back, episode 2 of getting off your butt and doing something for yourself. That's the episode. That's the name of this episode. Get off your butt and do something for yourself. It's time to stop blaming everybody else for where you're at in life. It's time for you to take responsibility for your own actions, for what you've done, for how you've managed your time, your life. You know, I'm speaking to the choir. I'm speaking to myself. You know, you can't blame everybody else for where you're at. You are responsible for where you're at. Nobody else is responsible to make your life better. There's no one on this planet responsible to make your life better than you. You're it. Look at yourself in the mirror, or if you don't have a mirror in front of you, point at yourself and say, I am responsible for my life. Yes, I know that's a hard fact to digest, but it is absolutely 100% the truth. Only you are responsible. Nobody else. Not your spouse, not your girlfriend, not your boyfriend, not your mom, not your dad, not anybody else. You are responsible to get your life where it needs to be. And the only one that you are designed to lean on or trust in is God. With God, all things are possible. See? And so, there's not one person on this planet that has the right to say to this person, to say to that person, or even to lie to themselves and say, I'm where I'm at today because of somebody else. No, I get it. Maybe things have been crappy. Maybe you haven't always got the answers you wanted from people. Maybe, people did you wrong. I'm not denying the fact that people are idiots. People suck. Many times people suck. But at the end of the day, you're still responsible to get your life in order. That's you. Nobody else. You see? That's why a lot of times with intervention, when you have, let's say, a relative is dealing with addiction and family intervenes, but the individual doesn't want to help themselves, it's almost a waste of time, waste of money, a waste of tears, a waste of energy. And it's not to say that the heart of the family, that's not right. Yeah, because as family, we want to do those things. But until that individual wants to help himself, you can do all that you do, they're not going to stop. And I know this firsthand. You say, how do you know? Because I've experienced it. I know that if a man or a woman is not done with it, has not made up their mind that they're going to accomplish the task of living clean and sober, then it doesn't matter what you do. They're not going to stop using. They're not going to stop drinking. They're not going to stop doing what they're doing just because you're crying and you're interventions and intervening in their life. No. Until they're ready, they won't stop. And so every one of us are responsible for where we're at in our life and where we are going. And as I've already mentioned, it may have been crappy. Things may have sucked. Let's just get real with it. Sometimes things just suck in life. But is that an excuse for the next 10 years of your life to remain the same just because things have sucked? Maybe you went through a bad divorce. Maybe you had somebody dog you out. Maybe you've been in a bad relationship. Maybe you're still in a bad relationship. Just because you're in that situation does not mean you have to remain in that situation. And it does not mean you cannot change your situation. Because I know there's a scripture that says all things are possible to him that believes. If you believe something, you must believe that you already possess it. And by assuming that you already possess it, you actually start working and walking in the direction that you desire to go. As I said, if I need a job, I imagine the job that I want. I desire it within me. I assume the feeling that I already possess it. But that doesn't mean I just sit on my butt. Now, I do what I can do in the natural and watch that manifest. Watch that just come forth right before my eyes. And this, my friend, is how it works. But what I want to deal with more right now is the attitude. Because the attitude determines your altitude. It determines how high you're going to soar in life. If you have this stinking thinking, this poverty mentality, this oh pity, oh poor me mentality, so-and-so did this and because of that, and I tried this before and I got burned by so-and-so. Well, okay, I get all that. All that may be true, but are we going to live in that? Is that going to be the story of your life? Is that what you're going to live your life by because of what everybody else has done or hasn't done? No. That is so weak and so shallow. You are made for greatness. You are destined for greatness, friend. You are destined to soar with eagles. You are above, not beneath. You're blessed in the city, blessed in the country. It doesn't matter where you go. The blessing is upon you. And as long as you keep making excuses and keep blaming and keep putting it off on something else, instead of saying, okay, it is what it is. I am where I am right now, but all this is about to change because I'm going to make it change. That, my friend, is how change happens. It doesn't happen by complaining. It doesn't happen by sitting on your butt. It happens by getting up and doing something that you're capable of doing with your life. You say, well, I ain't got no money to do anything. Well, then get a job so you can make some money to do something. Simple as that. We are some of the laziest people. It's amazing how lazy I see some people. They don't want to do a darn thing, but they want everything. No, we have to be people that are willing to do the task at hand. And as I mentioned in the first episode this morning, if you're having an undisciplined life, then start by taking 5 minutes every day before you start your day. Acknowledge God. Acknowledge that, you know what, you need help from Him. Acknowledge His divine instruction, His divine guidance. Be grateful for what you already have. Stop looking at what you don't have and start being thankful for what you do have. Gratitude is a huge key to success. I am thankful for my health. I am thankful that my arms and my legs move. I have mobility in my body. I thank you that I'm not on drugs. I thank you that I'm not bound by addictions. I thank you that the eyes I have see. There are so many things that you can be thankful for. If you don't have a car and you need a car, be thankful that you have the ability to ride the bus or take an Uber. Just be thankful. Stop complaining. Complaining never gets anything. It only attracts negativity. It only attracts death. It does not attract life, friend. Therefore, stop complaining. Nobody wants to listen to your complaining. It's time to make a change. We have 3 months left in this year, and I want to give you a challenge right now. I want to challenge you to start today, whenever it is you hear this podcast, today to start and say, you know what? Today is the first day. This moment is the first moment of the rest of my life. And I'm going to see change in my life starting today. Well, God bless you. I'm LY, your host. I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time.